everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today's video is going to be a mid-year check-in, and so we're going to be talking about my 2026 goals. We're going to be talking about mid-year goals that I've set, any progress that I've made, and how I've created an action list to achieve my goals, my accomplishments, and digital versus physical planning. So if those things sound like something you're interested in, then go ahead and keep watching. So we are just going to go ahead and get started. I wrote out on my iPad what I wanted to talk about. And so we're going to get started with 2026 goals. So for 2026, I decided to do 26 goals just because I felt like that was a good number at the time. I don't know. There's no really other explanation other than that. And so this is my 2026 vision board. Obviously, it has a picture of me right there. And then my goals are the next page. But basically what my vision board has on it is it has a lot of quotes that have to, or a lot of pictures that have to do with reading and peace. Like, excuse me. My word of the year for 2026 was becoming, and so while becoming her, I wanted to have representation of what her was. And actually, I have the vision board also as a screensaver on my MacBook, so I can show you all that way while I'm explaining. Okay, so this is my MacBook. The first photo over here is Good Vibes, Good Life, and it says it always seems impossible until it's done. This is just a money goal, presumably for starting a business. Right here, this photo is of someone reading at the beach. Obviously, this is the picture of me. There's more books here, like self-help books. Atomic Habits is actually going to be my next self-help read. And these are just some like inspiration for books that I could possibly read. This one here is a photo to me that just symbolizes like self-care and self-love and like cheers to me, celebrating myself. Then I have a photo here of a girl with a bouquet of roses, and it says, I have the power to create the life I desire. And then here's some more books, The 48 Laws of Power, and The 4-Hour Work Week. And then here's some picture of money. There is a picture of 100K, a girl celebrating 100K, whether that's 100K followers, 100K dollars, 100K subscribers, whatever the case. I just wanted to have that there as like a goal. Obviously, there's a money goal here. There's a girl enjoying herself near some water. This one says, note to self, you are your own love story. A picture of a girl with a passport, more of a girl with roses. A picture of Bible, because one of my goals was getting closer to God. This is a girl enjoying her view. For me, this signalized more of a vacation or a staycation rather than actual apartment. Right here I have morning gratitude. Here I have you can't see it because it's cut off, but it is Vivica A. Fox. She's in a bathtub, and so that was just more like self-care and self-love and those sort of things. And then here's another book that I intend to read. That said, now that you all have seen my vision board and I've explained it, let's talk about my 2026 goals, some of which I've already explained. I have a goal to reach a certain amount of subscribers on this channel, a goal to release my own physical journal, to get to 1 million steps walked this year, to release my own digital journal, to create my podcast channel, to publish my own book, to fall in love with myself again, which obviously from the page you all can see, or from the vision board you all can see that was kind of the vibe I was going for. To get a 6-figure income, also shown on the vision board. Focus on building a life that I love. start a hobby YouTube channel, post at least 52 videos on this YouTube channel, get my life together basically, and start working towards my dreams and goals. That was the goal. So like starting my own business, etc. And number 13, go to 5 concerts. Number 14, become an academic weapon. And like really focus on mastery in wellness and nervous system regulation so that I could show up as a wellness coach who is educated. Number 15, listen to 200 podcasts. 16, create a life that I love, that feels good in my body, calm in my soul, and safe in my spirit, which is the mantra for my wellness brand. Number 17 is to read 250 books this year. Number 18 is to stay single until I find someone who is like worthy of me. That's a really important goal because I think that a lot of time in my previous relationships I've been settling, and so 2026 was about taking my power back and not doing that anymore. Number 19 is to heal and let go of hurt and trauma, which is obviously an ongoing goal. It's not going to be something that I check off once and then I'm done. Number 20 is to launch a different podcast. Number 21 is to read at least 12 self-help books. 22, spend more time alone, taking myself on dates, going on walks, and getting to know me again. This is so important for me as a single mother because a majority of my time is spent with my son, and I never really get quality one-on-one time, so this is me being intentional about creating that time. 23 would be making one meaningful connection with someone new, not necessarily in the romantic sense, and honestly I would love it if it wasn't in the romantic sense. And I think that I have been cultivating a relationship with someone. We were meeting weekly to like sort of coach each other. It was kind of like a co-working session, and so I feel like that is going to be something I achieve. Number 24 would be to potty train my kid. 25 was to stay celibate. Number 26 was to develop boundaries and stick to them. That said, we are now going to talk about what actually happened, where I'm at with those goals, and my 2026 mid-year goals. So I'm just going to scroll to that part of my digital journal. My digital journal is literally like 1,000 pages. I literally made it like an all-in-one. If anyone has watched my previous videos, then you know I have multiple, like I have 2 big traveler notebooks that have 3 journals each, and so my digital journal is like those 6 journals combined. So anyways, I watched a mid-year reset video and I answered some of the questions from that video. I'm not going to go through my responses with you all, but the result of that helped me to create 2026 mid-year goals, which is what I am going to talk through with you all next. And we're going to talk through anything that I've accomplished on my goal list, if anything. So yeah, most of my goals stayed the same in terms of 2026 mid-year goals. Like I still have the subscriber count, still have focusing on releasing the 2 journals and getting the 1,000,000 steps and all of those first 8 goals. Number 9, which was previously to create a life I love, I changed that one for showing up authentically, because I felt like when I was looking at number 16, I felt like number 9 and 16 were too similar. So I wanted to have something that related to me showing up for myself consistently, and creating a life that was authentic to me. So yeah, that's why I literally put that one. Another goal that changed was for number 12. So instead of having it say, what did it say before? I just edited this one this morning, so I should know. It said, get on my grown woman stuff. I made it more applicable, and I said I want to start my actual wellness coaching business and hit a certain financial goal, because before it was too broad and it would have been hard to like measure. And another thing that I changed was number 25. I said I want to focus on my wealth, not W-E-L, wait, W-E-A-L-T-H, but W-E-L-L-T-H. Wealth is a word that I use when I'm defining what it is that I'm looking forward to in life. So when I want to become the healthiest, wealthiest, and happiest version of myself, I'm using that word. And so I actually have the definition of like what that means to me, but basically wealthiest is when you are going from living your life so like let me backtrack. So healthy means that like you're showing up and you're, you know, eating good and you're moving your body and you're doing things to keep yourself up so that you can become the best version of yourself and perform well. But to me, when it comes to being wealthy, sorry, I'm trying to find it. Okay, sorry, I was able to find it and get my thoughts together. So when we're talking about health, we are talking about the condition of your body and your mind. Health is about having the physical and mental capacity to live your life. So it's like how well do you feel able to participate in your life? It has to do with like sleep, nutrition, movement, hydration, all of those sort of things. Whereas wealth is the richness and the quality of your life. So wealth is about, at least to me, and what it means in my business structure and my philosophy, is that it's about creating a life that feels meaningful, aligned, and fulfilling, not just one that looks successful on the outside. So the biggest differentiation there is that like someone can look healthy but not be wealthy, and not have a good quality of life and not actually be aligned or be fulfilled, but they just look like they have everything together. That was an important distinction that I wanted to make when it came to the second half of my goals, because I want to focus. So wealth includes things more like peace and joy and energy and time freedom and having healthy relationships and emotional well-being and personal growth and purpose and self-awareness and rest. And that is why with prioritizing wealth, the 75 hard just didn't work for me. It works for someone who wants to be healthy, but it doesn't work for someone who wants to be wealthy. And so I created my version of 75 booked, which includes a little bit of wellness in other areas, which allowed me to still be that wealthy version of me. Sorry that was such a long explanation, but now we're able to get on to the next part, which is my action list. Oops. So my action list is basically a list that I created based on the 2026 mid-year goals that would allow me to check off and determine where I was at with those goals. So we'll just get into it so you can see what I mean. Number one, with healing and letting go of trauma. I put 3 action steps for what that could look like. One being getting into my camera cut off due to lack of space. So anyways, as I was saying, getting to therapy, stay consistent with journaling, and develop a safe support system. These are actionable things that I can determine and check off at the end of the year. Did I do this, this, and this? And yeah, so that'll make it a lot easier. So for number 2, it's focus on my wealth. So I have scheduled doctor's appointments for both me and my kid, and then I can check off those. And then move my body daily and journal and take myself on solo dates. I can check those off. Number 3 is release my own digital journal. So obviously I would have to make the journal, publish it, market it, sell it, then go on from there. Another one I'm comfortable sharing is publishing my own book. So obviously step 1 being write the book, number 2 being to edit the book, number 3 being do another round of edits, and then publish the book. And so I kind of just went through and did that for about 9 out of 26 of my goals, just because this is quarter 3 and I didn't want to overwhelm myself with everything. And so in terms of my 2026 goals, the area that I chose to focus on mastering was wellness. So, I don't know where I was at. I decided to focus on wellness, and so when it comes to that, I just finished graduating with my wellness coach certification, so that is progress towards my goals. Now I wanted to share, I've created quarter 3 goals and a vision board for quarter 3. And so now we're just going to talk through that. Quarter 3 is obviously July, August, September. And so this was goals that I created while it was still quarter 2. So complete the 90 days to become her challenge, complete 75 booked, get caught up on my payments for my certification program, get certified for my certification program, get certified for another certification, start the digital journal business. I have a weight goal on here, finish editing the book, launch the first program for my coaching program, finish writing another book, get to 150 books read out of my 250 goal, and then start the physical journal business as well, learn how to cut on Cricut, continue to show up on YouTube, start the Cozy Girl hobby channel, and post at least a total of 75 videos on this channel. So in terms of checking things off, I have been able to check off, obviously, the getting certified for the wellness coach certification, because I did that. And then we have our July goals. So one thing that I love about this digital journal that I created is the fact that each month has a vision board behind it. So I don't need to create a monthly vision board, because I was very intentional about creating that at the time that I created the journal. And so this vision board has a lot to do with just getting good grades and having good skin and soft life and just self-care and all the things that I'm passionate about. I am in my master's program, so that's why, while my grading system isn't just 100% A+, that doesn't exist, it is a little bit still relevant. And so for my July goals, walk 100,000 steps, journal consistently, post at least 12 videos, finish writing at least 20,000 words. As you can see, I've already checked that off. Read at least 12 books. I'm almost there. Get to at least 80 total podcasts listened to. Stay consistent with the 90-day challenge. Get to at least 75 total books read. So 75 out of 250, essentially. Focus on loving myself more. Take myself on a date. Constant affirmations and self-encouragement. Get a B in my course for my master's program. Graduate with the wellness certification. Get to 200,000 words written for my book, which is a very aspirational goal, but that's kind of the point. Get to 100 books read. Stay consistent with 75 books, and get to 15 subscribers on the channel. And so the reason why I added get 100 books read is because I am literally, if I am not at 75 total books read, I'm pretty darn close. I'm 1 or 2 books away, and I know that I'm gonna hit that goal, so I set another goal. And then I just wanted to share with you all digital versus physical planning. I obviously do both. I have physical planners and I have this digital planner. The thing that I like most about my digital planner is the fact that I can obviously customize it a lot more. But how physical planners only have one monthly spread, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, yeah. 5 monthly spreads so that I'm able to space things out, because that is the way that my brain works. So I have 1 monthly spread which has like the holidays and any major events and stuff like that, like birthdays, all of those sort of things. And I can also put major accomplishments on there, when a class is starting or ending, when my cycle starts and ends, etc. But then my second tracker is in my appointment tracker. So if I'm showing you all something in my digital journal, I would only ever show you all the first monthly calendar. I wouldn't show you all the rest, but I still wanted the other information, and that's why I created the other ones. So for my second one, the appointment tracker has like my work schedule, which is very minimal during the summer because obviously I'm a tutor and there's no school. Me and my son's doctor's appointments, my therapy appointments, my payday, all of those sort of things. The next one I'm comfortable sharing, which is my reading tracker. As you can see, the second was the first day that I started the 75 book, and every day since then I have read and completed the Rules of the Challenge, which is amazing. Then the fourth one is books finished. So on the 3rd, the 5th, the 6th, on the 3rd, the 5th, and the 8th, I finished 1 book, and on the 6th and today the 9th, I'm going to be finishing 2 books. Today I'm working on finishing the second book, so I know I'm going to do that. And then my final one is YouTube tracker. This is my posting schedule as well as my recording schedule. And so that is why I wanted to have so many calendars. And while I do have 2 Hobonichi cousins, that's only 2 dashboards. This was just so much more convenient for me. So initially I had been using 1 dashboard, 1 monthly planner dashboard, but I decided to make the other 5, and I love the other 4, and I love that I have them. And I can always just rearrange and quickly like use my Apple Pencil to circle something and like rearrange it. I don't know, I just love that I can have everything all in 1 notebook. Yeah, I might have to scroll through it, but it's still all in 1 notebook. But what I do love about physical journaling is the fact that I can be in my Hobonichi cousin journaling about something in the back, or maybe scheduling something, and then I can have my creative journal or the other journal where my 2026 goals is, and I can be looking at multiple things at once. Like I can have, and I usually do, that's my setup, is I have one of the traveler's journals and open, and then the other one open, and they're like spread out. And so I just wanted to talk about my reset. I kind of did everything off camera because it went over the course of days, and I've been adding and changing things, and I think I'm gonna continue to add and change it. One thing I do want to share with you, I don't know if I told you all this, I might have in the digital journal video, was I create a bingo, and I keep track of all my books and everything on my digital journal, but I created a bingo for 2026, and I haven't hit bingo yet, but I've already been able to check some things off on each one. So on this first one, it was to finish writing 1 book. I obviously did that last month, so I was able to check that one off. This next one that I checked off was to see Jacquees live. I did that for the 4th of July, so I checked that one off. And I think that that's it so far, but I love the fact that I can just put the little cute kiss emojis on there, and keep everything. And then I also have book bingos that I've created. Let me show you all. So This first one is alphabet book bingo. And so I have A, H, S, T, W, Y. And then another alphabet bingo where I have I, and some more alphabet bingos, obviously, A, R, etc., etc. And then I have author bingo, and so I have B, C, F, J, L, M, and then F again, and then E and J and T and W. Oh, that's the black author bingo. So yeah, black author bingo. And then this is my book journal. So that's the thing too, like with digital journaling, each of these things would have been its own journal. I would have my own book journal. I would have a separate creative planning journal. I would have a separate Hobonichi Cousin, which is my planner. I have a separate journal that I actually write in, another separate journal that I do morning pages and all those sort of things. All those are in this one journal. And the best thing too is any certifications or any accomplishments, I can post that literally in here. And I'm also able to have notebooks at the end where I can put information and notes or whatever I want. So yeah, what I wanted to really just talk to you all about is, like I said, this was a video about me checking in with where I'm at with my goals and the things that I have already accomplished and worked towards. So just to recap, the only thing that I've really been able to check off so far was the fact that I have finished the certification, but I am in the process of checking off. By the end of this month, I'll probably be able to check off at least 2 or 3 other things, such as like the self-help books, and things of that sort. So for example, like reading 12 self-help books, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 already done, and I still obviously have 5 left to go, which is fine because we're in the 7th month. And so yeah, that is just where I'm at with my goals. So 75 book was created so that I could force myself to achieve the goal of reading 250 books faster, while also being intentional about drinking more water and stuff like that. It's been really helpful because obviously since starting, I have already been able to finish 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 books in like 6 days or 7 days. So I've been finishing like a book a day, which is really amazing. I am getting the books off my TBR done. I'm getting books read that I have been in the process of reading for months on end, and it's been feeling really good. So I feel like it's always really important that you review your goals that you started. And also what I acknowledge was I'm not the same woman that I was at the start of 2026. I was in a relationship, and then I obviously freshly broke up out of a relationship. And so when I was setting those goals, I was in a different mindset, but to stay celibate and stay single, I was very much more strict on myself. And now 6 months later, I am kind of like healed, not fully healed, but I'm healed to the point that like I'm not gonna blame myself for the relationship ending. I'm going to allow myself to live and enjoy life. And that said, I wanted to create goals that actually reflected the woman that I'm becoming. And so yeah, I really just wanted to have this video for me mostly, so that I could easily come back to in a few years what my 2026 goals was looking like and what progress I've made. Obviously, I'm going to create a quarter 3 check in at the end of September, and then obviously again at the end of the year. And so it's also just me, because this channel is about becoming her beyond measure. Of course, I wanted to create content that represents my becoming journey and what that looks like and how I'm accomplishing my goals, because I have chosen not to really make this like lifestyle content where I'm actually taking you all very much on day in the life with me, but I do still want to talk about my life with you all and share that with you all. And so if you made it to the end of the video, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.